Discipline can be deemed as something scary, and I think that has something to do with the social media aspect. But I think there is a strong emphasis on how the way you view discipline is going to determine your relationship to it. Like anything else in life, I think it's crucial to research whatever piques your interest before you can really deem an opinion to it and decide whether or not it's for you. Hi, my name is Emmy. Thank you for coming back to my channel and thank you for watching this video. So let's start by covering the basics, and that is, what is discipline? So according to Google, discipline is the quality of being able to behave and work in a controlled way, which includes obeying particular rules or standards. My definition of Google is doing the shit you don't want to do in order to receive the shit you do want in the future. Overall, discipline leads you to become the person you eventually want to become. It leads you to become the best version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, your future self, or it helps you attain whatever goal or dream you have for yourself. Discipline helps you attain that. One of the most important lessons that I learned when it comes to discipline and the world of discipline is it's incredibly important or essential to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. Becoming the best version of yourself is uncomfortable. It's something that you're not familiar with. It's something that you have never experienced before and you want to, but you haven't. Discipline allows you to become comfortable with the uncomfortable journey that you need to take in order to become that version of yourself. I also think it's crucial to understand that discipline is a slow process or journey. It's not something that you can typically attain overnight. If you can, kudos to you, but it is a temporary slow process that eventually turns into a habit or the way you live your life. So now that you can understand the general identity of what exactly discipline is, you're probably wondering what is so special about it and what is the power of discipline. I know you have probably heard of so many people that have started to talk about discipline and everything in regards to the whole world of discipline that there is. It's definitely become a trend or something that is spoken about more, which is not a bad thing. So the fact that you probably came across it is maybe a sign. But discipline is so powerful because you are doing the things that you don't want to do, not for an immediate pleasure, but for a future reward. So for example, you can have discipline in any aspect of your life, right? I think it's very common to see discipline amongst the gym bros or the gym girls, that community. You have to be very disciplined to really stick with your workout routine in order to attain the body that you want in the future. I can probably guarantee that whenever these people were starting out on their workout journey, they didn't want to go. Okay, when you go from not working out to working out, you don't want to do it. Like, let's just be honest, it's not fun. But that's where your discipline kicks in and you tell yourself that you are going for your future body. It's definitely much easier to find any excuse and to skip out on the gym, but you're doing this not for an immediate reward, but for a future reward. So what is so powerful about discipline is that it helps you embody the persona of your future self, of your future or desired reward that you want. One of my goals in life was to wake up at 5 in the morning. You might be wondering why. If you're wondering why, read this book and you'll know why. Do you know how much discipline you must have to wake up at 5 in the morning when you were regularly waking up at 8 in the morning? Best believe I didn't want to. Okay, best believe it was so much easier for me to just turn off my alarm and get my ass back to bed. But I made a promise to myself the beginning of this year that we're getting on track. Okay, waking up at 5 in the morning was one of the things that came along with that. Discipline is so powerful because there are no obligations. Nobody is behind you telling you to do what you don't want to do. And self-discipline is a whole other topic that is so powerful because it's you holding yourself accountable. It's you going up against you and your lazy mindset that's trying to kick in. Self-discipline is you doing it for yourself. You're not doing it in order to benefit others. You're doing it for yourself and for your future. I don't know if you played a sport in high school, but you can best believe that you had to be on time, you had to show up to practice, you had to show up to the games, you had to have good grades, or else you would drop from the sport. And you had to do the sport because it was a credit that was required in order for you to graduate. So yeah, there was some discipline there because you had to go to practice, you had to go to the game, you had to, work out, train. There was discipline there, but, there was also the risk that you might not graduate high school if you don't do this shit. With self-discipline, there is no obligations. The only punishment that comes from you not being disciplined with your life is a future punishment of you not having the life you want. But, you don't see that until you're 10, 20 years into the future. But, in high school, there is a immediate punishment that if you get dropped from the sport, you're going to have to retake the sport in order to graduate. You've probably heard of the phrase discipline over motivation, and I never really thought this to be true until I really understood what the fuck discipline was. Motivation comes and goes. She does not care about you, okay? She does not give two fucks about you. Some days you wake up and you have all of the motivation in the world, and then other days you wake up and you're rotting in bed for all the rest of the day because you have no motivation. Discipline is like a rock that comes flying at your face that tells you, get the fuck up, today is your day, this is your year, you made a promise to yourself, so let's go get that life that you want. So there is no comparison, okay? Discipline is always gonna trump motivation. There is no comparison. So once you can identify and understand the power of discipline, that is gonna be crucial in determining your relationship that you should have with discipline. Like everything else in life, I think it's very important to have a healthy balance with anything, especially discipline. Personally, I'm very disciplined with every aspect of my life, Monday through Friday. The weekends, I don't know who discipline is. If I wake up and I am wanting to go back to bed so bad, I just remind myself that this weekend we're sleeping in. Okay, 5 a.m. does not exist to us. But to go along with that, I think it's also crucial to limit grace and limit the amount of grace that you're giving yourself. At the end of 2023, I was very, very graceful with myself. The last 2 months of 2023, I was not eating the best, not moving enough, not drinking enough water, discipline, I didn't know her. But I always gave myself grace because I understood that the holidays were present and it was hard to incorporate the lifestyle I wanted at that time because of so many things that were going on in my life. So I gave myself grace. But I told myself and I made a promise with myself that when 2024 starts, girl, your shit is getting together. The amount of grace that you give yourself on a daily basis is going to determine how quickly you're going to be able to attain the reward that you want. So keep that in mind whenever you choose to give yourself grace or not. I always think it's great and it's very good to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You should never stay in your comfort zone because staying in your comfort zone is there is no room for growth. there is no expansion, and there is no becoming a higher version of yourself. And finally, whenever you are dictating the type of relationship that you want to have with discipline, or if you even want to have a relationship with it in the first place, don't let yourself get to a point where in the future you question the what ifs and you question what your life would have been like with discipline. With that being said, please feel free to make your choice. So now that I have done enough talking and enough talking your ear off, you're probably wondering, what can I do in order to become disciplined? There is no time frame with discipline, and there is never going to be a right moment for you to start or a right day for you to start. So my advice would always be to start right now. Start being disciplined with your life right now. The beauty of humans is that we are all individual, right? We all have our own personality. We all have our own, the way we live our life. Some people can jump from 0 to 100 and succeed. Others can't. So when it comes to discipline, there are two routes that you can take. The first is jumping from 0 to 100, and the other is starting small and growing. If you are not someone who can just flip and go from 0 to 100, and you attempt to do that, eventually you will burn out. There is no doubt about it, you're gonna burn out. There are some things that I can go 0 to 100 for, and there are other things that I had to start small and then grow. In regards to waking up at 5 in the morning, I first had to become a morning person. I couldn't jump from 0 to 100. Routines are essential to help you to shape out or structure your day. I was wanting to wake up early. I was wanting to become a morning person and to embody that persona of a productive, motivated, disciplined morning person. So creating a morning routine for myself was crucial in order to stay awake and not go back to sleep, and to get what I wanted to get done in the morning done. If you are wanting to become disciplined with working out, then creating a routine around your workout regimen is going to be crucial to you. Habits are also so incredibly important and will help you achieve what you want to achieve in the day in order to accomplish that future result. When it comes to me waking up at 5 in the morning, it was so hard for me to do so because I would just turn off my alarm and go back to bed. So I created a habit out of having my phone sit across from my bed so that in the morning I have to get up and go turn off my alarm. Turn your big goals into small habits that you can start to incorporate in your daily life, and then over time you can add to them. It's like practicing for a marathon. You're not going to just go out and run the damn thing. You're gonna practice for it, you're gonna train for it, you're going to create a routine for it, create habits. It's like that with any goal that you have for yourself. And like I said, once you can establish the foundation of your routine and the easy stuff, then you can start to incorporate and build your routine with more intense or harder things that are going to accelerate your journey. And finally, accountability. There are two ways that you can hold yourself accountable. You can either hold yourself accountable, or you can have someone else hold you accountable. There is no shame in asking or going to others in order to hold you accountable, like getting a personal trainer that's going to hold you accountable for working out. But eventually the goal is for you to become disciplined on your own without the help of others. And finally, there are many benefits that come with you being disciplined. Of course, the obvious one is you achieving, receiving, or becoming what you want. But your self-love, your self-importance, your self-help, everything in regards to yourself will grow. If you can become disciplined in one aspect of your life, then hopefully you'll eventually realize that you can become disciplined in any aspect of your life. So with that, thank you for watching this video. I love you. I can't wait for you to become disciplined, and I will see you in the next one.